Hello, welcome again to User One Retro. This is going to be a double whammy of an episode. Now that's alright, leave it playing, it's fine. It's fine, I'll have it in the background. It's fine. Sorry, it's the wife saying, turn it down, turn the TV down, sod it. Star Trek 2 in the background. Nice little bit of background noise. Anyway, as I say, it's going to be a double whammy episode because I'm going to go over some of the purchases that I made while I've been here in the United States since before Christmas and obviously today as well. And also I'm going to be taking a look at a little homebrew game for the ZX Spectrum well, it's a homebrew version of Toki, but it's called TOKIMAL. And I'll tell you a little bit about that later. But let's put the control pad down there because I'm going to do some gameplay footage of it as well. So anyway, back to the purchases. Now, the first two I got in... Where did I get these from? Game Exchange. Game Exchange on Altamira. Some good stuff in there actually. Blu-rays, DVDs. I think I might have covered it before on a video the last time I was over. There's two games that I actually missed out on. Actually, I don't think these were in there. Let you listen to Chekhov scream his head off for the first time of the film. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I didn't see this one, but this one is you know. But the first one is Fantasia on the Mega Drive / Genesis. Now, everyone knows that it's a shit game. It was done by people who it was apparently rushed. They didn't know what they were doing. Apparently, I don't know. But apparently, the story goes that the Walt Disney Company actually they wanted this game withdrawn. Through various reasons, I can't remember what, but obviously they weren't successful. Quite a few thousand copies, or even hundreds of thousands of copies, got sold. So that's why this is one of the games that you will see in the wild, and it will be cheap, even though it was withdrawn. So, so that's going to be fun to have a crack at. Or I could just torture the wife and let her play it. What do you reckon? Yeah, that was a resounding no on that one, so I guess it's down to me. And then the second one is based on the Sylvester Stallone action of Cliffhanger. Now, I love the film Cliffhanger. John Lithgow chewing the scenery, and it's just bloody. It's a cracking film all round. And the game, I've never actually no, I have played. I played it on the Sega Mega Drive, so I don't know how the Super Nintendo version is going to fare. So that's going to be pretty fun to play. Now the second lot, these are all bought on 2 visits to the movie trading company on Hewlin. Was it Hewlin?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I think so. It was on our travels. Now the first two, I can't remember if I've covered these in a video since I've been here or not, so I'm just going to cover them again because I don't care. And the first one is Donkey Kong, bought for the princely sum of $3. Now this is an Atari cartridge, even though it's got Coleco on the back. So this is going to be pretty fun to try and see how this version holds up. But for $3, and they had a couple of other copies, which was $6. So, and I wonder if this is because this has got the name Norvell on it. So, as I say, if I've covered this before, fast forward past this bit. And then obviously, Tough Man Contest. Boxing game, haven't played it. Been interested in it, because apparently it's meant to be pretty good. So, you know, for $3 again. It even comes with a free rattling side, which is quite troubling. Now, so I'm going to pop them on the floor. Shit. Talk amongst yourselves or play amongst yourselves while I go and put these on the floor. Right. Now, the last visit, again, was to the same movie training company, and I've got this as well as a few Blu-rays, but I'm not going to. And it's Star Master. Now, it looks like a typical shoot 'em up. So I'm probably going to be playing this when I get back to the UK, so I'll try and hook it up to the laptop and have a go on it and look at it, I suppose. So I do love a good space shooter. So I mean, flying around Elite Dangerous and getting my arse blown to bits, I suppose, you know. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to turn that down a little bit. There we go. So, now we come to the final lot, and these were from Retro Madness. Where did I get? It was a Retro Madness near here. It was about 20 minutes from here. About 20.
Bedford.
Sorry?
Bedford.
Bedford. That's the one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, unknown voice in the background. Yeah, from Bedford. And I saw these and I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick them up. They also had a few Mega CD games. They had one which was Jurassic Park. And it was $20. And I was like, I might pick that up. When I look at the disc, though, it was coated in scratches. It would have taken so many miracles to try and clean the scratches up. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to drop $20 on it plus tax, which would have been 8%, so probably would have been about $21, $22. I don't know. Maybe more. I didn't really want a chance it wasn't going to work, especially with all the scratches on it. So I said no. But I did get these though. Now this one, I don't think I've ever actually played it. So it's going to be quite interesting to have a go. And this first one is Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings, done for the Atlanta Olympic Games in '96. It's done by US Gold. So who knows how the quality of that is going to be. I mean, considering in the 8-bit days they used to farm most of their games out to tier techs, and we know how they turned out. Hint, not very good. Apart from Strider on the Spectrum, if that was tier techs, that was actually pretty good. Commodore 64 version, nice. Anyway, now the next one has actually got a nice little bit of history on it as well, which is what I like. It's WrestleMania the arcade game and I've got that for $10, which isn't bad. I can't remember if I've actually got this. It might be just Super WrestleMania on the Sega Mega Drive, but anyway, it's got the little Hollywood video stickers from, where's this from? Wilsonville, Orlando? OR? No, that'd be FL. Oregon. Thank you again, unknown voice in the background. That sounds a bit like my wife. Yeah, Oregon. So, yeah, that's that. They will be staying on there as that's actually pretty cool. So, giving that a go at some point soon as well. And you can see where someone's bought it and they've tried to rip the sticker off, the rental sticker on the very top. And yeah, as you can see, it didn't go very well. Either that or they tried to rip off the bottom one, and because it started to rip the label, they put a little bit of sellotape just along there, if you can see that there. So yeah, that'll be staying on there. Also, the last two games that I got there, one of them is going to be the subject of an upcoming video, but it's going to be the Spectrum version, which I'm going to be talking about with a very good friend of mine. But when I saw it on the NES and it was $5, I wanted to see how it played, you know, and if it was pretty much like the oh, hang on a minute, I've got a bit of a mullet going on with a, you know, it's one I ain't got pigtails or something with these little curls. Yeah, I wanted to see how it fared and how it looked compared to the Spectrum version, if it was like the same like sprites or whatever, but it's Target Renegade. You know, not based on an arcade game, it's just a home version follow-up. So, I mean, this one looks like it's done by Taito themselves. Whereas the home computer version, Spectrum, Commodore, and Amstrad versions, I think were done by Imagine themselves. So that'll be pretty interesting. And last but by no means least, again, after playing the Spectrum version for about 30 minutes and getting absolutely nowhere, not even to the second level, and even trying the Amiga version, which is 10 times bloody harder, which as soon as you start off, you get shot, so there's no point playing it. I wanted to see what the NES version was like, and that is Platoon. Now, this version's by Sunsoft, and I've got a feeling this is going to be completely different to the Ocean version on the home computers. So again, that's going to be quite interesting to play that one. We'll see what it's like. So that's the end of the game purchases. Now, onto the second part of the video. If you want to look down there, you will see a homebrew version of Toki called TOKIMAL, or TOKIMAL, however it's pronounced. It's done by the PAT MORITA team, and it was released a couple of days ago. I think it might have been a week ago. I'm saying. It's basically the Spectrum version of Toki, because the Spectrum never saw a version. Apparently, it was in development, but then it got cancelled. I don't know why. Maybe the Spectrum wasn't seen as a viable candidate for a conversion. I think even a Commodore 64 version was being done, but it wasn't complete or something. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But yeah, it was a shame that the Spectrum didn't actually get a proper release version, and it took up until now, some 31 years later maybe, for a version to come out for the Spectrum, and done by a homebrew team. You know, so I've had a quick crack at it. And obviously, because I can't reconfigure the joypad to actually have a button for jumping up, using the stick to jump up is, well, it's fucking hard. It really is hard. So, we're going to have a play of it, show you some gameplay footage, and also music as well. Now, the best thing is that you can choose between arcade, which gives you the 5 standard levels, or extended, which gives you 5 bonus levels as well, and you can also use the coins that you pick up. I mean, I don't even know if you can use the coins in the arcade version. I don't think so. But it says that you can use the coins in the extended version. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go with the extended version to see what's what. And you also get a little map as well. I didn't know this. I only tried the arcade version quickly. So, you have to, right, okay, that's why. Right, Labyrinth of Rocks. So, music's good. First level music's very, very faithful. Even the bad guys are quite faithful, I must admit. Yeah, and his little firing face as well. It's very good, very, very good. I do like the fact you've also got a timer for your special weapons that you can pick up as well. Up. Yes. You really have to get the jumps pixel perfect, as you saw there, because it's otherwise you're screwed. The best thing is that you can stand with 1 pixel left on the ledge. A bit like that. And that way you can make the jumps, which are harder than they look. A lot harder, especially when you're using up on the joypad for jumping. You can't redefine it so it's button press, which is a bit shit. Mind you, I'm using the Fuse emulator. Oh. There we go. I hate this bit. Tried this bit earlier on. Interesting.
I'm assuming command of this vessel. Duty officer set up the ship's law. Plot new course for space laboratory regular one. Scott.
Oh.
We're going to warp speed.
That didn't turn out well. Right. Let's go this way. Animation is very good on this, I must admit. It's very, very good indeed.
We are free. We have a ship and we need to go where we go. We have escaped from their exile.
Oh. Just like all Spectrum games, as I say, you really do need to have pixel perfect jumping on this. There we go. Oh shit. Yes, I'm going to continue.
Space Station Regular 1, please come in. Dr. Marcus, please respond. This is Enterprise.
I'm Dr. McCoy. Mrs. Savick, you have a call. Oh, I've got sick bay. Tell me what's going on. Computer. Thanks, that's the project together this summer.
You're watching now, I'll probably end up losing that life.
Summer, please.
Can I kill them?
It is a process whereby molecular structures reorganize into some kind of level, life-generating matter, mass. Stage 1 of our experiment. Stage 2 of the series will be attempted to analyze the sun. Stage 3 will involve the process of transference. It is our intention to introduce
Okay.
a Genesis device into a pre-selected area of our lifeless space body, a moon or other dead form. The device is delivered, instantaneously causing what we call the Genesis effect. Matter is reorganized.
Oh crap. That didn't work.
Instead of a dead moon, a living, breathing, life-capable system whatever life forms we see. The reformed moon simulated here represents the first fraction of the Genesis potential, should the Federation wish to fund these experiments to their logical conclusion. When we consider the cosmic problems of population, diversity, the usefulness of this process becomes clear. This is the puzzle. Thank you for your time.
It literally is just our fish. Have they proceeded with their experiment? Well, if it was made about it, we assume we've reached stage 2 by now. Boy, that's very unfortunate.
Damn it.
Used for life already. It would destroy some life in favor of its new natures. Its new nature? Do you have any idea what you're saying? I was not attempting to evaluate its moral implications, Doctor. As a matter of cosmic history, it has always been easier to destroy than to create. Not anymore. Now we can do more with the same time. According to them, Earth was created in 6 days. Here comes Genesis. We'll do it for you in 6 minutes. Really, Doctor. You must learn to govern your passions. They will be your undoing.
Now on the...
I should suggest,
Yes.
man, sorry
Looks
about
like you can do it on this one as well.
We're talking about universal Armageddon. Slow to 1/2 horsepower. Let's be fair. Slowing to 1/2 horsepower. Life in our sense is what?
Oh shit.
Sir, may I approach your notebook 12? On the approach of any vessel in communications have not been established.
Lieutenant, we have no well-aware regulations.
I see.
Is it possible to calm the
I will get past this bit, I swear I will. Become a battle of wills now.
Let them eat static. And still running with shields down. Of course, we are mighty fleets. Do you know that Klingon proverb that is also revenge is a dish that is best served cold?
There we go.
It's very cool. In space. This is temperature. Yellow alert.
Energize defense fields.
Crying out loud.
I'm getting a voice message. They say their chambers threads are polluting their comm system.
Scan. Before the mission from home.
There we go.
They still haven't raised their shields. Raise ours. Their shields are going up. Lock faces. Locking faces on target. They're locking faces. Raise shields.
Well, that went well. That really went well. Couldn't even do the first level. Well, the first set of levels. Oh man, yes. So that is just as hard as the arcade version, as hard as the Amiga version, and as hard as the Sega Mega Drive version as well. So yes, it's a hard game overall. But for a homebrew reimagining, with the smaller graphics, it actually works in its favour. I think the only niggle I've really got is that those spiky point things that when you shoot them they explode. There are some points that you can't actually see them, especially when they're mixed in with the background colours. To say like the green for the grass is mixed in with them, so you just think, oh, that's all right, you can just walk forward. So you have to really pay attention. But apart from that, it's great. It's great. It's challenging. It's very challenging, especially if you're using the control pad. I mean, if you can convert it to audio cassette, or even if you play on the next with a proper joystick, you might find it a lot easier to play. But is it worth getting? I'd say so. Why not? It's a Spectrum version of Toki, the version that we should have had back in the very early 90s when the original versions came out. You know, would it have looked like that? Probably not. They probably would have tried for the bigger sprites, and you know, I think the flick screen scrolling as well really helps it. You know, as I say, music's good, sounds good on it. I mean, especially the first level music is quite faithful to the original music as well. So the fact that on the you get two versions, as I say, the arcade version, which is just the standard 5 levels with obviously the sections each, and the extended version with the 5 bonus levels, and the fact you can spend the coins in the shop, they all go in its favour as well. So yes, highly recommended. Very highly recommended. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. As I say, I'm going to try and look at some more homebrew games at some point soon, probably in the next episode as well. Until then, stay safe, take care, and this is User One Retro signing off. I'll see you soon.